Hello, you're welcome to today's class. I am Education Officer Oladepupo Gio, and today I will be taking you the derivation of the quadratic equation formula, commonly known as the almighty formula, and it's very simple. I am being honest. Mathematics is one of the simplest subjects that exists, though with different challenges, but surely it is very interesting. Okay, so today I'm going to be taking you, and this is going to be very much simple. Just give me your audience and attention. Thank you very much. Okay, the quadratic equation is giving us ax raised to the power 2 plus bx plus c equals what? 0. Where a, b is assumed to be a coefficient and c is your what? Your constant. What does a coefficient mean? A coefficient means the number behind the letter. For example, if you have 5x, the coefficient there is what? 5. If you have 3p, the coefficient of p there is what? 3. If you have 5q, the coefficient of q there is what? Is what? 5. Very good. Then what do we call a constant? A constant is a number without a letter. A constant is what? Very good. A constant is a what? Is a number without a what? A letter. Okay. So that makes it very much easier. Now when we want to solve this, we have certain steps we have to take. Now you do not need to cram this. You do not need to cram how to derive your almighty formula or your quadratic equation formula. All you need to do is to get yourself familiar with it, solve it over and over. Okay, now the first thing we are going to do here is to divide all through by the coefficients of x squared. Divide all through by what? The coefficients of what? X squared. What's the coefficient of x squared here? That is what? A. So you divide all through by a, c over a, then equals 0 over what? A. In this case, a can cancel a because they look alike, yes or no. So what do we have left here? We're going to have what? X squared plus what? Bx over a plus c over a equals what? 0 over a is going to give you what? 0. 0 over any number or letter is going to give you what? 0. But if you have a number over 0, for example, I have 1 over 0, that is going to give me undefined. Or rather, in an advanced level, it will give you what? Infinity. Okay, so in this case, 0 over a is going to give us what? 0. Okay, very simple. Now the next step we are going to apply here is what? The completing the square method. So we are going to complete the square of what? The coefficient of x here. Now this is going to be very easy. Calm down, relax. Okay, now x here has what coefficient? That is what? B over what? A. Now you are not going to do it x squared. Don't even forget, x squared does not have a coefficient here because we've cancelled out the coefficients here. That was the first thing we did. So but here, we are going to, what are we going to do to the coefficient of x here? We are going to do what? Use the what? Completing the square method. Now, how do we do that? Don't forget, x. The coefficient here is what? B over a, and not just what? B. The coefficient of x here is not just b, it is what? B over a. How do I know that? If you do b over a times what? X. This is going to give you what? B times x, which is what? Bx over what? A. Let's use a number to make it much more easier. For example, peradventure, you have 3 over 2 times x. What is this going to give you? This is going to give you what? 3x over 2. Or, in another way, 3 divided by 2 is going to give you what? 1.5 times what? X. 1.5 times x will still give you what? 1.5x. What is the coefficient of x here? Don't forget, like I said, that the coefficient of any letter is the number behind it. The number behind this letter here is what? 1.5. If this applies for this, then it also applies for this. Can you see it? Can you see this? Looking very much similar. So that means the coefficient of x here is what? B over what? A. That makes it very much easier. Are we together? Okay? Make sure you are not distracted. Make sure you are not distracted. Okay? You can still keep that food. Alright? Are we together? Now the next thing we are going to do here is what? We are going to use what? Complete the square square, or rather let's use the word completing the what? The square method. Okay, good. Now that we know that b over a is the coefficient of x in this case, so we want to find the what? Completing square method, the completing square of what? B over what? A. Now how do we do that? How we are going to do that is what? Write out that coefficient, which is what? B over a. That's the first step. Are we getting it? Now the next step is that what? Divide that coefficient by what? 2. Divide that coefficient by what? 2. So if you do b over a divided by 2, what is this going to give you? Mathematically, how do we solve this? You will change this division sign. Don't forget, in your primary school, that's the way our auntie used to do them. Abi, right? Okay, so change this division sign to what? Times, by saying b over what? A times what? Here you can add an imaginary what to make it a balanced what? Fraction. So 2 over 1, you have to swap it now that the division sign is changing over to what? Multiplication. So you're going to have b over a times what? 1 over 2. Now what will b over a times 1 over 2 give you? B times 1 is what? B, and 2 times a is what? 2a. How are we together? Very good. Okay, now say step number 3. Step number 3. Very good. Step number 3 is that you are going to raise the power of this answer to what? 2. Meaning you are going to square b over 2a. And that is going to look like this. B over what? 2a, all raised to power what? 2. All raised to power 2. And the last thing you are going to do is to add this to both sides of this what? Equation. How are we together now? Is that simple? First of all, locate the what? Coefficient, which is what? B over a. The next thing is what? Divided by 2, which is going to give you b over 2a. And the last thing is what? Raise the answers to the power of what? 2. Do we get that now? Very simple. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is to add it to the both sides of this equation. Now that's going to give us x squared. Bring this to follow. Let it follow itself. That is what? B over 2a, all raised to power what? 2. Okay, plus this. Don't remove it yet. Bx over what? A plus c over what? A equals 0 plus what we have here. Since we are adding this to the both sides, that is going to be, it's still going to give us this. 0 plus any number is still that number. So you're going to have b over what? Over 2a, all raised to the power of what? 2. How are we together? Is it getting interesting? Okay, very well. What is the next thing we are going to do? Look at this very well. To the left hand side of this equation, I want to say something. You know, this person and this person, they've been friends. For example, maybe GSS2. They used to be very close friends. But this person has brain. This person also has brain. But this looks brilliant. Let's represent these two as being brilliant. So this x here is what? Brilliant. But this bx over here is not what? Brilliant. They are what? They are both friends from GSS2. Now, when they graduated, they moved to the next class, right? To GSS3. When they got to GSS3, Mr. X discovered another person or another friend that has more intelligence or that is more brilliant. Now, there is a common saying in Yoruba land that right? So meaning birds of the same feathers flocks together, right? So meaning when they were in GS2, they used to be friends, even though this person is brilliant and this person is not brilliant, but then they were friends. But when they got to GSS3, this person started feeling somehow because he saw somebody else who is more brilliant. So he's looking for a way to leave this third person. This person, they are both friends. They are two persons. When they got to GSS3, they became 3. Now, this person and this person is brilliant, but this person still remains what? A dollar. For one reason or the other, this person is feeling, too big and feels like, man, I need to drop this person. And then he decides, okay, I'm quitting this friend. So in this case, what will happen? This person and this person comes together to be what? Friend, and isolate this third person. So for that reason, we are going to neglect this person out of what? The equation. Are you getting it? So that means we are going to move down. As they are moving in their journey, this person will drop this, and then this person is going to be fusing with this person. But let's do it one step at a time. So we're going to have x squared plus b over what? 2a all raised to the power what? 2. Don't forget, this person is out of the game. Okay, so now next is what? Plus c over a equals what? B over what? 2a all raised to power 2. Okay, are we together? Are you enjoying the class? Now the next thing is, since this person and this person feels like, okay, you are brilliant and I'm also brilliant, why don't we match together to join forces together so that we can be more productive? Okay, so the next thing is, they will fuse together. Are you getting it? They'll be sharing the same mind, the same vision, the same goal. In fact, they can even draft out timetable to be reading using the same timetable. So for that case, we will assume that they are using what? The same intelligence. So meaning that you will just bring this x and b over 2a together. Then they will share the same brain. So in this case, you say x plus b over 2a. You fuse the two friends together. Then fuse their brain together. How? Just use a bracket like this. Then raise to power what? 2. Is it getting interesting? You can see what we are saying. They are sharing the same word brain here. So they've seen themselves as one big what? Family. Okay. Now the next thing here is, we are going to have what? Plus c over a equals what? B. Now we can actually simplify this. Yes or yes? The square of b. Do you know that this is still the same thing as saying, I'm coming, b over 2a all raised to power 2 still means b raised to power 2 over what? 2a raised to power what? 2. Don't make the mistake of just putting this 2 as the power of 2 alone, or this 2 as the power of a here alone. This power is for both the 2a. So in this case, that means you're going to have what? B squared over what? 2 squared will give you what? 4. A squared as what? A squared. Are we getting it? So in this case, we are not just going to be writing this. We will simplify it to give us what? B squared over what now? 4a squared. Are we together? Is it getting interesting? Don't worry. Don't be bored. We are almost done. Okay. So what is the next thing we are going to do? We are going to bring plus CA or C over A plus C over A to the other side of the what? Equation, to make this person stand alone. They want to enjoy themselves. Okay, so what do we do next? The next thing we are going to do from there is what? We're going to have x plus what? B over what? Over 2a all raised to power what? 2 equals, just like as if you are doing collective like terms, equals what? B squared over what? 4a squared. Are you seeing that? Then followed by what? Since this plus c over a is crossing over to the other side, the sign changes to what? Minus. Don't forget, anytime a number is crossing over to the other side of your equals to, the sign will definitely what? Change. Okay, so we're going to have minus what? C over a. In your mind, you're already seeing this, that it's almost looking like what? Almighty formula. It's very simple. We are heading there already. Okay, so what is the next thing to do? We write x, sorry, don't mind my x plus what? B over 2a, close the brackets. So what's the next thing we're going to do here? What do you do whenever you see any equation like this? Mathematically, think. Okay, what you do is what? Lowest common words, multiple. What is the LCM here? The LCM of this and this is what? A number or a number combined with a letter. But in this case, what you are going to do is what? You are going to use 4a squared. 4a squared as your what? LCM. Since this can go in this and this also can go in what? This. Are you getting it now? So 4a squared and 4a squared is what? 1, right? 1 times b squared will give you what? B squared. Minus a in 4a squared. Some of you can be confused. The meaning of that is still what? 4a what? Squared divided by what? A. Don't forget, in decali, this is what? 4 times a over what? A. So this cancel this will give you what? 4 times a, that will be what? 4a. So that means a in 4a squared is what? 4a. Is what? 4, okay. 4a. I love that. Now, you will not just write 4a. That's 4a times c. That is going to give you what? 4ac. Very good. 4ac. Air condition. Okay? So what's the next thing to do from this point? What's the next thing to do from this point? So the next thing we are going to do from here is that we are going to what? We are going to take the square roots of what? The both sides. The what now? The square roots of what? Both sides. So let's write that. Take the square roots of both sides. Don't be confused. It's very simple. So let's take the square root of the both sides. The square root of this will give us what? Square root x plus b over what? 2a squared, right? Equals what? Square root of everything you can see here. That will be what? Square root of what? B squared minus what? 4ac over what? Over 4a what? Square. The next thing we are going to do here, so we cancel what? The square roots here. So then what are we going to do? We are going to have x plus what? B over what? Over 2a equals what? Square roots of this. Now, if you notice something, okay, let's write it out to make it easier. That will be b squared minus what? 4ac over what? Over what? 4a squared. Now, we can actually find the square roots of what? 4a squared. Yes or no? Yes. That will be what? X plus what? B over 2a. Now, we cannot find the square roots of this because this is what? Like what? This is two equations that are subtracting themselves, so you cannot separate it. Neither can you just do the square root of b squared alone. No. So, for this, for your numerator, you are going to have what? B squared minus what? 4ac. All over, we can find the square root of what? Of 4a squared. Square root of 4 is what? 2. And square root of a squared is what? Is a. Are we getting it at all? Okay, what's the next thing? The next thing we are going to do is make x stand alone on the left hand side, since x has to equate all the rest part of the equation. Now, how do we do that? That means we are going to have x, so you are going to do like a collect like terms. So that will be what? X, then what? This will move to this part of the equation, this side of the equation. Remember, it is carrying what sign here? It is carrying what? Plus. So when it crosses to the other side, it's going to change to what? So we are writing this first to make it look like the almighty formula. So we are going to have minus b over what? Over 2a. Are you getting it at all? Then, you know we are having square roots here. So it is assumed that here you are going to have, because anytime you are solving a quadratic equation, you are going to get how many answers? 2 different what? Answers, or 2 roots of the equation. So for that reason, we are going to have plus or minus written here. Let me make it clear. Plus or minus. Because of the square roots here, because it's going to give us 2 different equations. So here you are writing what? Plus or minus what? Square root of b squared minus what? 4ac over what? Over what? 2a. Now what do we do next here? What you are going to do is what? You find the what? LCM. So what will be the LCM of this and this? That will be what? 2a. This in this is what? 1. 1 times minus b gives us what? That will be minus b plus or minus. Then what? 2a into a 1. 1 times all of this is going to still give you the same thing, which is what? B squared minus what? 4ac. This is your what? Almighty formula, or your quadratic equation formula. This is how we derive that equation that says x equals minus b plus or minus b square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. I hope this helps you a lot. All right, try and solve over and over at least 5 times. Get yourself familiar with it, and trust me,